Hello there, and welcome back to one of the greatest naval raids in War Thunder Naval Forces history. Although Naval Forces is probably not the most amazing game mode for the overwhelming majority of people, I guess not everybody therefore has exploited all the possibilities that are there. And granted, sometimes it doesn't really work out. But on this map, Norway, we can actually pull off an amazing game-deciding move, and I will single-handedly carry the entirety of my team, regardless if they are bad or really good, because there is an objective. I need to sink basically a stationary convoy, and it's made out of some cargo ships, then 2 Emden light cruisers, 1 Admiral Hipper class heavy cruiser, and some T-22 frigates or light destroyers, whatever you want to call them. And I have here the American PT-811, and it is a premium patrol boat of the Americans, obviously, and yeah, it is rank 4 with a battle rating of 3.7, and I want to research the USS Hoquiam. And this might be one of the most frustrating grinds in all of War Thunder, and it rivals even the worst of the helicopters in the fight versus a K-50. So the USS Hoquiam is of rank 5, also battle rating 3.7, but it costs you, strap yourself in, 380,000 RP to be unlocked. Whereas then I do not really have that awesome modifiers on the PT-811. The tech tree split, well, this part was kind of overlooked by Gaijin. What a shock. Now, as you can see, there is a big portion where there is nobody. And this is the small variant of the map that I'm driving through. I am in visual cover, nobody would look my direction, and this is where I want to bring home those 4 nutcrackers, those 4 torpedoes, which are really hefty, the Mark 16. I have 4 of them, and I have nearly a ton of TNT equivalent explosive. The torpedo is relatively fast with 85 kilometers per hour, and it can travel up to 6.4 kilometers. And I have 4 of the bad boys. They are reserved for the big ships, the cruisers. I intend to place them on, and then I want to finish off the cargo ships with gunfire, because I have 2 Bofors amongst many guns, because this is after all America, so it has all the Tucker. Here it is the big risk moment. And I'm kind of in the situation of Lee Adama when he was immobilizing the resurrection ship in one of the Battlestar Galactica's finest scenes. So this is it, and you can see the heavy cruiser is actually shielded, kind of by accident, by one of the light destroyers. Yet I think to myself, I need to get at least 1 torpedo off. If a cruiser or destroyer is looking my way, it can be over at any moment. And if one of the patrol boats is actually looking my way, it can be also, you know, over, because I'm inside of their spawn. So in order to get to the objective, I have to be inside of the spawn. Talking about game design, Gaijin, just saying. And Norway is one of the far better maps in this scenario. I artificially upped here myself, by the way, so that there is no confusion when you later see the lineup. So that is the second torpedo out, and here we go. So far, nobody's really paying attention, because everybody is busy in the gunfight. But here we go with the 40mm Bofors, and you can see they're doing some nice damage. So yeah, the cargo ships are not for long of this world, and this is a bit of a problem, because I need to kill them in order to clear the way, because they also have some machine cannons on board. And now, if anybody would pay attention to the kill feed, and one would pay attention to the points, it should be clear that there is a small patrol boat raiding the, well, convoy. Again, I'm now slightly behind the spawn point of the patrol boats, and there you can see some of the enemy cruisers, and I still have 2 torpedoes in my launchers, and they need to get off ASAP. Now this is really where it gets dangerous. There is another cargo ship, and yeah, let's just do the usual work. Island gets in the way. And this is really, I will give my team progress, but nobody can prevent an enemy cruiser from cross-map firing our convoy. And if they're good, the salvos are in the air, and they can rack up the kills as fast as I can, at least on the cargo ships. Whereas then the Emdens and also the Hipper are notoriously difficult to sink. And yes, that is the enemy airfield. Okay, I can't destroy the AA. And yeah, the first torpedo hits the T-22. This is good. So, there is an Emden. We fire a torpedo. And then I decide to fire here on this guy. And in retrospect, that was a little bit of a mistake. Because I could drop an arty strike on him. And if I would maneuver really carefully, I could also gun him down eventually with the 40mm. But it's dangerous. So let's first do the torpedo, let them do their magic. And yeah, here is a bit of a problem. I can't reload, okay? All that I have left are the 2 Bofors and, you know, supplementary gunnery. And that is a bit not enough. So I tried to maneuver and get myself into position. Now, I just want to highlight that this is one of the most profitable situations you can be in such a patrol boat, right? This is like the piggy bank, I'd say. And again, the enemy team allowed me to do this. Not a lot of people tried to pull this off in the first place. And yeah, not a lot of people seem to... Oh, that is very good. We killed the first Emden, so the torpedo took their while. Yeah, so not a lot of people will grind to the top PT boats. And everything that was added at higher tiers since we had the Tech Tree split, it's stupidly expensive. And the economy wasn't really addressed, and I think it was a huge wasted opportunity, but I could talk about this for days. Let's concentrate on the battle. Already I've sank 5 AI ships, and that is giving us a massive lead, make that 6, and we are really gaining on points. That was the Emden, and well, the second Emden, and I hope that here the destroyer will eat the torpedo ASAP as well. But it doesn't seem to be the case. No, he's still undamaged. The torpedoes went more or less parallel. So I have no idea where the torpedo went. Sometimes they seem to be very precise, and then the next torpedo that you fire is just really off by quite a bit. So I tried to use here the squadron marker to give myself the exact position on the map of this destroyer, and then, well, drop an arty strike precisely on it. And now I try to get a bit into the modular damage system here. I take out the Wirbelwind mount high on top of that, because that is effectively the most dangerous one. And RT is hitting, splashing, but not really critically damaging. Oh, actually that was a front magazine hit, or at least a hit on the bridge, I guess. Yeah, so the HE, I tried to take out here the turrets, but in retrospect it should be better to switch to the AP belt. I actually have the AP belt for exactly that purpose. And yeah, that is the last of the 4 turrets, and then I switch to the torpedo tubes and try to knock them out as well, so that this destroyer is of no threat to me. Yeah, the funnel doesn't really take damage, but the torpedo tubes are knocked out. Sadly, no torpedo explosion. That would help quite a bit. 58%, and now you can see that we are actually damaging bit by bit the internal modules, and this is how Gaijin makes it like the crew counter. Like, the crew consists out of the boilers, etc. And there we go. That was killing it with gunfire. And there is now the Hipper. And he's hitting me really hard. Okay, what to do? Yeah, I will not sink him with gunfire. That's just for the lols, right? And he's too far away for an RT strike as well. So I need to close under fire, and the Hipper has just way too many mountings for AA to knock them out before I get knocked out by them, even though they are AI guided. And yeah, there is the aircraft. So he spawned 4 kilometers away from me, and it's a PTD-1 destroyer, the Chad's choice. And I have 40mm Bofors. I know that he wants to go in for the cannon strafe, but come on, come on, come on. Yeah, there we go, there we go. But I had to move, so now I'm in the open again, and I need to get the hell out of there. Versus AI, smoke doesn't really seem to work, so I don't smoke up in the first place. And yeah, the shell was already in the air, and so that's me knocked out. The M1 Mauler is an attack aircraft, and with that I need to kill the last 2 AI ships. And let's just figure out if that actually works. So you can see what a little patrol boat under good commanding actually can achieve under the right circumstances. In an open ocean map, yeah, it kind of can work sometimes. I've done it myself, where some people are really tunnel vision just in the gun sight, and a patrol boat doesn't render under 2 kilometers when you are in third-person view, so of a big ship. So you really have to see it in the gunner's view, and not everybody does really look around. So there is that. So here the auto squad mate calls for help and cover. How can I do this? I kinda can give him a little bit of a moral boost, but can't help you. How can I cover you here, mate? It's a bit of a problem for me. I have 3 torpedoes, so that is 1 more than in the PTD, which is already infamous for its striking capabilities. And oh boy, there is a destroyer. No bueno, no bueno, no bueno. Come on. Oh, he hit me a little bit. Okay, not really critical damage yet. I tried to use the island as cover from the AA, and goddamn. Okay, the Hipper is gone, so that leaves only this destroyer. He's the last one. I drop 1 at max range. Come on. Drop the second one. I want to get really close. Those missiles were bad. And just before I want to fire it, the AA hits me, knocks out the... Yeah, that torpedo will miss. And knocks out my rudder. Just enough to perfectly miss the destroyer. Yeah, that torpedo won't hit. But what about the first 2? I guess we have to see and wait. And yeah, that was inevitable to go down by HMS Dido. A cruiser doing its thing. That was also the guy that complained about me in chat. Of course, it had to be Darate. And yeah, what to respawn in? Another patrol boat. I don't think there is time. There's also the destroyer in my way. You kind of see that I'm really limited on this. I tried to spawn here, but that would have been only possible with a destroyer. And yeah, I can't see the last destroyer from here, so I have to try to sail to it from the you know, across the map, basically, to have a line of sight and therefore a line of fire. Yeah, get the last T-22. And let's engage here this cruiser. And we fire our first solo in just a moment. Yeah, there we go. Rear turret hasn't turned. You remember those 2 torpedoes that I was talking about? Yes, he has hit. And he's only at 14%. So let's hope that the very first drop torpedo will also hit in just a moment. And I have this guy in my sight. And yeah, we've done it. We have decided the game. Now I want to show you what I got for winning with a premium account with a premium ship, the highest that the Americans have to offer, in a really decisive run, in a carry basically. Let's just have a look at the post-battle results. And yeah, we can see it's for the patrol boats only 9,200 RP, and I have to get to 380, and you can see small steps, baby steps. That is a long way to Tipperary. And that's it for me today. You know how to subscribe and hit the bell. Thanks for watching.